Hello again. Well, it's the end of August, the last day of August today. And, well, I'm in between the showers. I'm underneath the station shelter at the moment, the front of the station. It's pouring down earlier. I'm sort of in a lull. And about 8 o'clock this morning, you couldn't see out the window, the fog. So not ideal. Some incident has happened in the station as I walked past the doors. I was going to go in and see if I could film some trains, but there's a girl in there with a couple of policemen sobbing away to them. And so she's obviously not very happy. Don't know what it was about and didn't film it, of course. But someone's not having a good day. So, what's planned? Well, not going to be my longest, most eventful walk today, but I do have a good structure to it. Starting off now, heading down towards the Quay back beach area, where I want to line up a shot, tell you a little story, play you a little clip of video, and then, to be quite honest, I'm going to double back to here to Lidl's and make my way home. Hopefully it won't rain too heavily, and that's my plan for today. Nice and simple, and a very light-hearted video, which I think you'll enjoy after all the war stuff we've been looking at. Still standing, even in the rain. Another good place to hide from the rain, and it echoes. Pothole Street, of course, but we're not taking that one today. Oh no, going to hide underneath the Palo Arcade for a moment. Oh, Mike. That's Mike from Jackman's Toy Box. Heading up towards the Quay. Just a small puddle. I won't go right to the Quay today because there's a couple of vans parked there. Dodge the puddles of liquid sunshine. Quite quiet down here today. Not many people, not much activity. Can't blame them though. As I say, this is the lull between the storms. Anyway, let's lead into this light-hearted piece I want to tell you about. It's regarding a local character called Ernie Chapman. And Ernie had some fish tanks, which were empty, didn't have any fish. So he put them outside his place, which was roughly here. It's between Seafront Southwest and between the New Quay Inn. So somewhere here anyway. And he said he had invisible fighting fish in there. This is back in 1969. Well, as daft as that might sound, this is where it happened. And I'm going to cut you over to a BBC interview with him from 1969. Hope you enjoy. Like I say, a bit more light-hearted.
Can you see anything? Where's one there? Look. Here, just here, look. That one? Look, there they are, look, they're on that thing. Look, see them in the light? Look, almost invisible. Here, look, here. See how it's moving?
I can't even see any. No. There's that one there.
Ernie, some of your customers don't seem to be too convinced about your invisible Chinese fighting fish.
That might be so, but the simple reason is, like I pointed out, just because you can't see a thing, you mustn't disbelieve that it's there. I mean, so many people today believe in God, they always have, but they've nobody ever really seen him.
Well, how did you come by these particular specimens?
Well, these specimens was brought back a bloke from China, and they did a hell of a job get them back, get them through the bamboo curtain and all this sort of business. Very near lost them the other day, or one of them anyway. The diaphragm on the pump had gone. But anyway, the bloke came down with another pump. He was under a guarantee. We whacked him in, and he started popping around again. That's the only time we've actually seen him. But what mystifies me is this, that when I feed them, even the food don't show up in their stomach or anything.
That is odd, isn't it?
You've seen me feed them just now, and they just seem to take it. All you see is the stuff move about, and that's it.
Have many of your customers seen them, Ernie?
Well, one particular woman was eating a sandwich in her the other day, and she suddenly jumped up, and she said she saw him. She said, because my friend was there, I didn't actually hear it, but she said that it was a two-pointed fish, but I don't think that's true.
How long do you think these will live?
I don't know. I'm not an authority on fish at all, and I've made inquiries, and nobody seems to know how long they do live. All you do is nurse them, that's all, and use this special food. And when the food's gone, it lasts about 6 months. I don't know where I'll get any more, because I can hardly send to China for it. Even on a rainy day, when people's usually miserable, people look in here and they read that, which is a damn good write-up, I think, and they laugh. And if you can make people laugh on a wet day, well, my opinion is, I reckon you've done a good job.
That's certainly something from days gone by, isn't it? Simpler times. There's the ferry, docking right over there today, just pulling out. And we do have a ship in. There we go. Over at the docks. Lovely. Plenty of spaces in the car park today. Couple of canoeists. Bit of a tide's coming in, I have no idea, but they're trying to get back to shore. Good luck, guys. Well, I'm sure you'll get back and that, but I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And we get the wind starting up. Lovely. Although you probably can't hear that, and it just sounds like I've decided to start shouting for the fun of it. Careful I don't lose my hat. And there's still quite a mist along the top of town there. What you can see of it. That mist, you should be able to see a lot more than that. Above the cinema and everything. I looked back on my archives, typed this date last year in. It was a lovely day. I went everywhere, all over the police steps, stayed out for ages. Did an 18-minute video, which back then was considered to me but an extremely long one. Absolute chalk and cheese this year. Absolute chalk and cheese. A couple of lifeguards in their hut down there, back there, looking at me like I've completely gone mental, walking along the seafront in this weather. Yep, well that's the remit of the channel, isn't it? Video every day, regardless of the weather. Had to wonder then if they were putting the flags out or taking the flags in. I think I'll put an end to this lunacy now. Start heading up towards Lidl's, grab my bits and bobs, go in, get dry. And there's a train right in the distance. And of course, nobody playing bowls today. It's a few minutes later now. Just had a brief shower, so I head away. Didn't film it, but all good. Anyway, like I said earlier on, up to Lidl's. Huge puddles all along the seafront, not the seafront, along the pavement. That's what I mean, the pavement. Here we go, Orchard Gardens. A quick look over towards the spiritual church for Debs. There's the sign. Lovely weather for ducks. Lidl's. Well, there we go. Definitely a shorter and less eventful video today. But I do believe we've got a train. Whee! Lovely. So with that, gonna love you and leave you, and head up home, get dry. Hopefully better weather tomorrow. It's supposed to be anyway. A bit more exciting walk. But that's where I went today, what I did. All good, and hope you enjoyed the invisible Chinese fighting fish. Cheers.